Hey everyone, today I'm coming to you with a review on the brand new Star Wars The Vintage Collection, Star Wars The Clone Wars 20th Anniversary ARC Commander Havoc. Now this is a Walmart exclusive figure. I paid $22.99 retail, and with everything in total it was about $24.50, so for a TVC figure, especially a repaint, that is very, very steep. But that being said, I do really, really like this figure, and I do really, really like the TVC ARC Trooper body. And I think I've said in other videos before that if they just put any clone on the ARC Trooper body in the TVC form or Black Series, I will most likely buy it, and here is an example of that. But without further ado, let's get into ARC Commander Havoc's review. Now, included with the ARC Commander Havoc, you do have your standard range of TVC ARC Trooper weapons. You do have the medium blaster, the long rifle, and the 2 blaster pistols. You do have storage for 3 of them. You can put the medium blaster on his backpack. I believe that is supposed to be a backpack. I don't know what else to call it, but there is a knob on the blaster, which you can just plug in right there, and it does not come out. And then, of course, for the 2 blaster pistols, you do have little holsters on his sides. Now, I do appreciate that they don't fall out, and you know, they are awfully hard to get in, especially from this angle, but once you get them in, they are in, and they do stay in, which is very good. Now this doesn't technically have a spot, so you would obviously, I guess, just have him holding it, but you can, this is the Jagger Collector technique, you can just put it, kind of nudge it onto his backpack like so, and that looks pretty good. It's, oh, come on, I'm trying to give you compliments, Havoc, and you're just, you know, ruining it for me. And that looks pretty good from the front. You just have the 2 blasters hanging from the side, so that looks pretty badass. But what looks even more badass is taking this helmet off. Look at his God, look at his sideburns and his goatee. I don't think I've ever seen a clone with that. I don't remember Havoc that much, especially him taking his helmet off. I imagine he did take his helmet off for him to have this, because I don't imagine they'd give this to him if we didn't see him without his helmet off. But that is absolutely hilarious and definitely differentiates him from the other clone troopers. And as always, the face looks very, very good on these TVC clone troopers. Honestly, I might go as far to say it looks even better than the actual Black Series one, but that is neither here nor there. This is a little loose, but that is like how it is on all the other TVC ARC Troopers. And other than that, you know, I mentioned it is the exact same body as the other ARC Troopers, just a complete reuse. But hey, it's Clone Wars, so Clone Wars reuse is fine, but other reuse is weird and icky, especially that carbonized Ned being Purge Trooper 2-pack. That is... ugh, that is vile. But the color scheme here is absolutely amazing. It makes him look like a 501st Trooper. Now, we do have 6 in total, I believe. Yes, I have all 6 here on the side. So we have 3 Gaming Greats ARC Troopers and 3 501st ARC Troopers. So this guy looks pretty good next to the other 3 501st. Now, of course, I will compare him in the comparisons. But right now, this does look very, very good. I love the light gray with the dark gray with the blue. Just a very, very nice combo. But other than that, there isn't too much more to go over here. What you see is what you get for $24 Canadian, which, you know, if you love Clone Wars and clones, and especially ARC Troopers that much, I guess you can buy this, but we'll get into that after. And of course, you do have the rangefinder being able to go up and down. It does look a little wonky, but I guess at this size and just being how thin that is, that kind of does make sense. But other than that, I don't have too much more to say about the actual ARC Trooper. So let's get on to his articulation. Now for his articulation, I am so funny. The head goes down that much, back that much. Now with the helmet on, it doesn't really hinder a lot. Obviously with the helmet off, you can get a little bit more movement, but even so, with the helmet on, you can get a decent amount of poses, which is very, very good. Arms go out that much, no butterfly joints. I wonder if ever in TVC we will get a figure with butterfly joints. That'll be very, very impressive. But anyway, the arms go out that much, down, full 360, and you do have a single jointed elbow that does also hinge and swivel up and down. And the hands are both on vertical hinges, so they go up and down, or up and down, and they're both trigger fingers, which is absolutely amazing, because with Black Series we always get the one trigger finger and the one just gripping hand, and a lot of the times I know people just cut the finger, so you have the room for the blaster or the pistol to just be gripped, especially on ARC troopers and, you know, commanders like Rex. It's kind of weird just having them hold the gun like this, so I do understand that. But especially with TVC, it is very good to have these two hands like so. Now, the ab crunch doesn't have too much movement, but you kind of get it going forward a little bit and back a little bit more, actually a lot of bit more. Side, full 360. Now the leg movement is an entirely different story. This is very, very stiff, so you don't really get too much movement. I can't even really see where the joint is. Okay, so, oh, you do get that, which, is that new? Let me just see something here. Oh, no. That is like that on the others. I just thought that might have been new. You do have a thigh cut, which I was not expecting. I guess I just forgot the others had that. But the legs do kick forward that much, essentially, and back. So you can get movement. It's just, you know, a little weird, especially with how that joint is designed. But you still get some movement nonetheless. And I mentioned thigh cut, which I kind of am just noticing for the first time after getting 6 TVC ARC troopers, which is a little shocking. But anyway, the knees go in that much, essentially 90 degrees and down, and you do also have the ability to rotate them. And then the ankles go up, down, and ankle pivot. So overall, very, very, very good articulation on this TVC ARC Commander Havoc. And here we have Havoc next to the other TVC ARC troopers that have been released up to date. We have the 3 gaming grade ones in the back here and the 3 501st ones, which, like I mentioned, look pretty good next to him. So if you want, you could consider him a member of the 501st, just because, you know, you have 7 ARC troopers here and you have 4 blue ones. So you gotta just, you know, they match. They'll adopt him into the 501st, but it is a little darker shade of blue on these 3 501st ones, but they look very, very good. I'm excited to see what else we get on this body for TVC ARC troopers. I know there was another one revealed. It might have been 2 others revealed, but at least one in this 20th anniversary Clone Wars line. So that is definitely a bonus, and I will try my best to get that figure and do a review, but Walmart exclusives are very hard to come by. It took me about a month to find this guy. I remember people were showing pics, oh, he's found, and I kept looking, and I finally found him yesterday, and I was very, very excited. But other than that, that is all I have to say for this comparison. So let's get on to one more comparison, and then my final thoughts. And here we have a 332nd Clone Trooper next to Havoc, as well as the Tartakovsky Clone Wars ARC Trooper next to Havoc. This is a lighter blue. It's shocking. The 501st were a darker blue, and this is a lighter blue. And this guy is just in the middle. But these look very good next to each other. I'm very excited to get that new TVC Clone Trooper. It's weird that it's branded as Andor. I don't know if that was the best choice. Definitely something unique, but definitely not going to impact the sales. That figure is going to sell like hotcakes either way. But other than that, that is all I have for comparisons. And now all that we have left is Havoc's final thoughts. Well, my final thoughts on Havoc. Now, for my final thoughts on the ARC Commander Havoc figure, I think that this is a pretty good figure. Obviously, it is a very obscure clone trooper, but still, it is an awesome design, and I'm sure there are some very, very hardcore Clone Wars fans that are probably very, very excited to get this. But, you know, for the general audience, this is kind of just another ARC Commander Havoc. That doesn't mean it's not going to sell like hotcakes, but you know, with the prices going up, and especially with this figure being $24 in Canada and probably be like $20 in the States or something around there, that is just absolutely insane for a TVC figure, and especially, you know, just a reuse. It's crazy how like 5 years ago, that would be the price for a Black Series or a Legend. So I guess that's just, you know, that's life, and that's how we are here in 2023. But other than that, I don't have too much more to say. So for my rating on this figure, I think I'm going to have to give it a 7 out of 10. It is a pretty good ARC Trooper, but, you know, it's not necessary for your collection by any means, especially with that price, and the price is going up. You do have to be picky these days. So, you know, I wouldn't get this if you don't really, really want it. But if you do, you won't be disappointed by any means. But other than that, that is all I have to say for this ARC Commander Havoc. Please let me know what you think of this figure in the comments below. As always, I love to see what you guys think. And until my next video, I have been Jagger Collector. He has been Havoc. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys. Hey.